Alright, finally, let's talk about new metal albums. Welcome, metalheads. I'm the host of Heavy Metal Philosophy and writer for Metal Digest, John Barbas, and we're here to talk about the new metal albums that released this weekend. Make sure you stick around to the end of the episode for this week's album cover of the week. And hey, better late than never, right? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to drop this one on Saturday morning like I normally do because a storm hit the cabin in the woods and I was without power, but here we are making up for it. Let's jump right into the top 5. Coming in at number 5, we've got Paroxysmal. I don't know if I said that right. Text on the screen so you can see the spelling. And as always, every band's Bandcamp link will be in the description so you can find it. The name of the album is Force Feeder. This is brutal death metal from California. And why I like this is because unlike a lot of their peers in brutal death metal, this one actually has some room to breathe. It's not like 300 BPM all the time. They've got these peaks and valleys. And then also sometimes they do this thing where they ride on the chord kind of like black metal does. Don't hear that very often in brutal death, so I found it interesting. You will too. Check it out. Coming in at number 4, we've got Abdegada. The name of the album is The Faceless One. This is melodic black and death metal from Sweden. And to me, it's really more on the black and death side, but then every now and again there's like a section that's very melodic. And then right to the brutality. And that appeals to me because I like it pretty for a minute, but then crush me. Coming in at number 3, Static Abyss, Aborted from Reality. This is Death Doom from California. I had the distinct privilege of getting an advanced copy of this album, so my review is already published as of Friday in Metal Digest. Links in the description to all my writings. If you like Autopsy, then you'll like this because 2 of the members of Autopsy are also in this band. And that sort of reckless abandon that they have in their death metal, it's here, but then they also have doom sections. So this is if Autopsy was Death Doom, but then they also have like some grindy bits and some thrashy bits. So it's really, veteran metal from veterans of death metal. You know you want it. Check it out. Number 3. Coming in at number 2, we got Death Ray Vision, No Mercy from Electric Eyes. This is hardcore punk with thrash from Massachusetts. And notice my trepidation about that genre because it has like the energy of punk, but it's not crossover thrash. It has the energy of punk. It has like the feel of groove metal with thrash riffs. And I even hear subtle hints of that glam bravado. It's real anthemic. This is really fun, but also super interesting as a metal music nerd to hear what they're doing here and to go, wow, okay, I see what they're doing there. And then I'm headbanging too. That's why it's number 2. Check it out. But hey, before we do number 1, if you love metal the way that I love metal, then you're in the right place and you should be a part of the Heavy Metal Philosophy community because that's all we do here. Every weekend, breaking down the best new metal. Every Tuesday is the podcast talking about the philosophy and underpinnings of metal. You know you want to check it out. Hit all the buttons. Hit like if you like any of these bands because it helps spread the message and that's what we're all about. Now let's do number 1. Coming in at number 1, we've got Apocalyptic Salvation with Love from Italy. This is some really thrashy death that I absolutely love. If you like Slayer, if you like Cannibal Corpse, then you'll love this too because it's got all of that energy and momentum of thrash, all the brutality of old school death metal. You really can't go wrong there. That's why it's number 1 in my book. You know I'm going to love it if it's like that, but we're not done yet. Now let's talk about the album art of the week. This week's album art of the week comes from the band Athma, and the name of the album is Dust from a Dark Sun, which is such a great album title that goes with this amazing album art. You see here this astronaut, you look through the visor and it's just a skull, which means this dude or dudette has been floating in space dead for a long time. And you can see a little bit of space in the corner, but most of the frame is taken up by the astronaut. It looks like a pencil drawing a little bit. I just love this art style. I love the feeling of wonder that I get when I look at it. It really makes me want to go and listen to this stoner doom from Spain, which I think I will go and do right now. So, if you want to catch another great episode of Heavy Metal Philosophy, just click right here. But most importantly, read philosophy, listen to metal. I love you.